Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Danny Danae Show. I am Danielle Danae, aka Danny Danae, and I've got a lot to say. So let's get into it. It's voting day today, guys. It's voting day. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about it. So, you guys, this has been a crazy last few weeks with this election. I mean, it's really been crazy ever since Kamala started running for me. But these past few weeks have been extra crazy. I mean, just having conversations with my peers, and these conversations I've mentioned to you guys that I have in these audio apps. People are very misled and, believe misinformation and, just run with how they feel emotionally about things and don't do their due diligence to do proper research in order to vote for the president I believe is the best to run the country. And it's really, really sad because it seems like the majority of these people that are misled are my people, are Black men and women. So, yeah, it's been crazy. This campaign, the pandering Kamala, pardon me. Gotta keep saying that. Kamala. I always want to say Kamala. It's Kamala. The pandering this woman has done, the dramatics, the extremes this woman has said about this man, Donald Trump, President Donald Trump is who I'm referring to, calling him Hitler and saying we're in deep trouble if he becomes president. To people that really believe that Donald Trump is going to be the next Hitler, or, we're going to be, sold into slavery after he becomes president. Do y'all remember this man was president before, from 2016, pardon me, to 2020? And we were okay. Last time I checked, nobody was enslaved. Not thousands of people were murdered. So what makes people think this time around suddenly he's going to flip a switch and become this psychotic person killing off Jewish people or Black people? You got to really sit back and again, I say this all the time, you got to really sit back and think about what it is these people are saying and how mind-boggling and ridiculous it all sounds. And what's also a thing on something that the right does and conservatives and Republicans seem to do more than the liberals and Democrats and leftists? We understand that Trump isn't the best person, right? We're not, judging him based off his moral character. We're judging him and voting for him based on who we believe will run this country the best. We have no problem saying, Trump says some crazy things sometimes. Everybody can admit that. Anybody who denies that, I will you have my full support in me saying that they're crazy. Because Donald Trump does say some crazy things. But at the end of the day, this man is a successful businessman. He's stuck by his beliefs throughout his whole campaign. He stood on beliefs on immigration, abortion rights, and also education, and it's just like with Kamala, I don't know what this woman is truly for. She says she's for fracking. She's not for fracking. She's for gun laws. She's not for gun laws. It's all over the place. And I cannot get with somebody who jumps all over the map like that. I can't get behind somebody who I don't know for certain isn't going to change their mind, wake up and be a completely different person the next day, have completely different beliefs. And so many people feel the way I do, understandably so. Trump has gained my respect because there's stories out there. I don't know if I've said this story before, but I've said this multiple times in these media spaces. There's stories out there of Trump being a leader that other world leaders respect, whereas they're having sit-downs with them, where Donald Trump has had sit-downs with these other world leaders and are like, look, if you do anything to hurt my country, I'm gonna have to, show up and show out. if you try to do stuff, and it's been told time and time again. They tell the translator, look, I have a picture of your family. If you don't want anything to happen to your family, don't F with my family, my country. Someone who does that deserves the utmost respect. Kamala Harris would not sit down with a world leader and demand that type of respect. Kamala Harris, if anything, she sat down with a world leader, would laugh and joke and kiki the whole time, like she's been doing her whole dang near campaign. This woman, it's so funny hearing people say, like, oh, you don't want a black woman in charge, or a woman. You're not ready to have a woman as president. Oh my gosh, the women going against her too? That's self-hate, all this other BS rhetoric. It's like, no. I'm all for having a woman president. I would love it if we had the first black woman president. But of all people to represent our country, this is the best they could find. Someone who can't carry two sentences, that when the monitor, when the teleprompter breaks down, pardon me, she doesn't know what to say and she repeats the same thing over and over again. This woman, when she's asked, is there anything you think you could have done differently? She's like, no, I don't think so. No accountability, no concern in behind her voice. How can you get behind someone like that? Black or not, woman or not. If this was Hillary Clinton's campaign and she was doing the same thing Kamala Harris was doing, if it was Barack Obama doing what Kamala Harris is doing, and in certain ways he is, telling black men that they're lost if they don't vote for Kamala, basically, is insane. It's insane to me, and it's the utmost disrespect to sit and tell black men they're not smart enough to make a decision on their own, so I'm going to tell you what decision to make. Because y'all are not going out and voting enough for my candidate. Y'all should have been butthurt. You black men should have been butthurt. I was butthurt as a black woman for black men. Because what the heck, man? I know too many intelligent black men for him to say some bull crap like that. Donald Trump, crazy or not, will not let this country fail, will not allow illegal immigrants in here with just a slap on the wrist. He will fight by any means necessary to make sure America's great again. And a lot of these, it's so funny. Almost dang near everyone I've talked to that's for Kamala doesn't even know why they're just pro Kamala because they're anti-Trump. Their whole reason for voting for Kamala is because they hate Trump, and they can't articulate why they hate Trump, and they can't articulate what policies they're for that Kamala has put out there. It's just anti-Trump. That is insane. Trump supporters will tell you why they are voting for Donald Trump, and it will have nothing to do with Kamala. Unless for the most part, this is just what I witnessed, and I might be a little biased because obviously you guys know I prefer Trump, but I'm just telling you what I've seen. Most people, I just was in an audio room the other day where they were going out. I loved it. Somebody from the room was going out. This audio room also has video and was showing him out. He was walking around in his city, and he was interviewing people that were going out and voting. And for the people that said they were voting for Trump, they articulated exactly what this man has said, specific points, specific policies, why they were voting for Trump. And the person that they interviewed that was voting for Kamala, the only reason, or the main reason, the first thing she said was because she went to a HBCU. And so did they. And so they were voting for her because they felt like she is their sister. They were in the same sorority, all that. So they felt that bond, and that's why they're voting for Kamala. I was like, get the F out of here. You're voting for somebody because you went to a HBCU, not even the same HBCU she went to. They didn't go to Howard, they went to somewhere else. But to say like, oh, we pledge in the same time and to our sororities around the same time, so that makes us sisters. Get the F out of here. What? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I didn't go to college, so the sorority and the fraternity things are a bond I probably will never understand personally. But anybody objectively looking at this can I think agree with me. You don't vote for somebody for president just because they're your sorority sister. That's not the sole reason you vote for somebody. Typically, you vote for somebody because they have plans and articulate those plans in a way that make you want to vote for them. Nobody can articulate what this one's plans are. And the ones that try, almost all dang near their information can be debunked. It's like, okay, she said this, that she's for this, but in another interview she said she's not for this. So what's happening? What's going on? One woman defending Kamala said, we're going to be more in debt if Trump were to get in office than if Kamala was to get in office. She said, he was going to higher taxes. Education would be more expensive because he's getting rid of education. It was just like, okay. So these points are so mind-boggling. So if we're more in debt, we're already trillions of dollars in debt. Our country is so ghetto. I swear. Oh my goodness. This is why I want to go out to other countries, because the U.S. is just very ghetto right now. I just cannot. I know other countries are probably laughing at us, but anyways. Okay. Even if Trump was to make our country more in debt, would it be to better us? Is he spending money so we get a better education? The more money we're in debt, like, where's this money going to? When you start asking those type of questions, people deflect away from their points. They track away from their statements because they don't know. And a lot of these answers to these questions, we don't know for sure. But what we do know, let's focus on what we do know. We do know that Kamala started only mentioning she was black when she needed the black vote. We do know that this woman, when asked a direct question, she runs around in circles. We do know this woman needs celebrities to stay relevant. Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and who else? Leonardo DiCaprio, which I thought was mind-boggling. This man is behind this woman. But again, nothing really surprised me anymore, especially in Hollywood. Even the highest up stars are, have a boss ahead of them telling them, you got to do this or else I'll do this. Candace Owens is so funny. I watched her show the other day, and she was like, Beyonce got the call. Beyonce got the call and was like, look, you need to say something. Initially, she did not say anything about politics. She didn't say she was running for anybody before this one rally, or endorsing anyone until this one rally where she got on stage at Kamala's rally. And they were like, no, you need to say something or else this is going to happen. And she got in line. She got in check. Like, if you just look at the type of people that are endorsing Kamala and are endorsing Trump, it's night and day. You got Tom Brady, Elon Musk, billionaire, genius, bought out Twitter, made it a truly free speech platform. Tom Brady, GOAT, could retire any moment, but still continues to play football and does extremely well while doing so. He's not holding on just to his legacy. He's continuing to carry it on by being so great, by playing so great. But on Kamala side, you got Meg Thee Stallion, someone I truly believe lied on a man just to not take accountability for her wrongdoing in the situation. Who publicly acknowledged she lied about having sexual relations with Tory Lanez. What else have you lied about? Got Sexy Red performing. Or is it Sexy Red? Maybe not Sexy Red. Glorilla performing at your rallies. Like, people want to say, what about Beyonce? That woman is so out of touch with the American people. Like, her Instagram's not even ran by her. She doesn't respond to comments. She doesn't do interviews anymore. She lives in her own reality. Same with people like John Legend, speaking so heavily about, middle class and their issues, what they're going through. Them people cannot relate to what the middle class is going through. Are you freaking kidding me? John Legend, the same guy whose wife said that she had a miscarriage, but actually she had an abortion. Look at the type of people and what they're saying, what they're trying to push onto us on both sides. And sit back and think, who do you actually respect that's saying these things? I have the utmost respect for somebody like Elon Musk. I have the utmost respect for somebody like Tom Brady. I have no respect for people that try to play like they know what's happening in the world. Happening with the middle class, the regular American, and people that condemn other people for not voting for their candidate. Elon Musk is giving out $1 million to people just to vote, not even to vote for Donald Trump, just to vote, which can be I'm gonna sit back and say I think that's a little crazy. You shouldn't have to pay people to vote. I think there might be some hidden agenda behind there. But again, at least he's encouraging people to vote, despite who they vote for. And then instead of having Barack Obama condemning people for not voting for Kamala. Look at what's happening here, guys. I encourage everybody to go out to vote today. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but if you do vote for Kamala, I personally despise you. I do. We can't be friends. I'm sorry. I can't get with it. No. Oh no. But yeah, there was an interview. Joe Rogan has been on a roll lately. If you don't know who Joe Rogan is, look him up on YouTube. He's a YouTube sensation. I think he has the most viewership. I think he's the most popular on YouTube right now. He did an interview with Elon Musk. He did an interview with JD Vance. He did an interview with Donald Trump that was dang near, I think, 3 hours long. And I saw a little clip in the Elon Musk video where Elon Musk said, if Trump doesn't win, this is the last election, meaning I think this is the last election where their votes are actually going to matter. Everything's going to be corrupt. Everything's going to be rigged from then on forward. Because what the heck, man? We're voting for a woman that isn't going to do anything for America. She was silent for the 3 years she was vice president, 3.5 years she was vice president. Everybody knew that. All of a sudden, when she started running, everybody's behind a black woman. Oh, she's a black woman. She's strong. She's killing it out here. Was she killing it in those first 3 years as vice president? You even said she wasn't killing it. What makes you think she's going to kill it the next 3.5 years as a president? You'd be like, oh, well, vice presidents don't have that much power. This woman was mute. People were like, where are you? Because this woman was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Vice president speaks. When Joe Biden was vice president, he spoke. Ooh, did y'all hear my stomach growling? I need to go eat something. Whew. I want people to think, and I'm going to give a little grace to people that, want to vote for Kamala, because there's a lot of misleading information out there, like I said initially in this video. And there's some people that actually do research, but they read articles that are very liberal and for the left, that take information and, put words, play with words in their articles to make you all riled up in your emotions and believe somebody said something that they didn't really say. Don't get the full context of what that person says, that person being Trump. It's another thing I noticed in the leftist tactic. They love taking little small clips, like Donald Trump saying black jobs, out of proportion. Again, if you watch the full video of him saying the term black jobs, he was responding to a question asked specifically about black people. So he said black jobs as a response to that. He wasn't saying there was a specific job for black people. But that's how black people are going to take it, because, again, led by the mainstream media, led by their emotions, and aren't going to do the due diligence as an individual, as a citizen of the United States, to look up the video in it and learn the full context of what he said. This woman in the room the other day can be like, he said what he said. I don't need you to give me context of stuff he didn't say. I'm like, yes, you do, because you don't know what the heck you're talking about. And if it was you in that situation, you would want somebody to get full context of what you mean when you say something. Like, it's so funny, we like to point fingers and, condemn people for things. But if you were in that situation, you would want the most grace, the most understanding. And again, there are things Donald Trump says that I can't get behind. It's a little weird. Like this just past rally he just did last night. I forget where he was at. But he was just saying stuff. Nothing about his campaign, nothing positive. He was just talking. He was just rambling on and on and on. And we called it out. We were like, yo, this is Trump being not the best Trump right now. Mind you, it was 1 a.m. at wherever rally he was at. It was at 1 a.m. So we're like, okay, maybe he's tired, and it's so funny how people like to come for Trump for saying craziness, but this man has said straight on facts. This man has done interviews where he's answered questions directly. He's done all that before. So he slips up a few times. So what? Give me an interview where Kamala hasn't slipped. Where she answered a question directly and you completely understood what she meant when she said certain things. This woman has not done a press conference at all. She's done short little interviews featured on the Oprah show, but she has not had a press conference. You know why that is, guys? It would be too much for her. She can't read a teleprompter. She can't listen to her little earpiece in her ear in that hot of a moment where any reporter can say anything. She would have to be quick on her feet. Her team and her know she is not capable of doing that. That's why interviews with her get cut short. It's not because she has a busy schedule. Are you freaking kidding me? Her schedule is set for her to do things like this. It's so funny. It's like, oh, when she leaves the interview early, these leftists, these Democrats say, say stuff like, oh, she had a busy meeting, she had to get somewhere. But if Trump was to leave early in an interview, they'd be like, what the heck? Why didn't he stay? Oh, he's running. He's scared. The hypocrisy, man. I would just encourage y'all to vote. Again, this is going to be telling, whether, depending on who wins. And it's going to tell one thing for one person and one thing for another. And it's going to be interesting to see the results of this. It really is. And yeah. And for all the people out there who don't like Trump because he's trying to control our bodies, that was another major reason why people seem to be voting for Trump. It's he's trying to control women's bodies. Why does he have a say about what women do to their bodies? What are you talking about? Because they're talking about abortion. He doesn't want people to get as many abortions as they're getting now. He doesn't want women to get abortions as a form of birth control. He's not trying to control your body. He just doesn't want unnecessary lives taken. Doesn't want lives taken away unnecessarily. But again, the Democrats, the elitists, they throw out these terms to get you all riled up. Oh, control of our bodies. Oh, I can't believe he said that, when he never said that. And the people that are so upset, why are you so for murdering kids? You're upset that he doesn't want abortion in all states except for the extreme exceptions, incest and rape. It's like, why are you for killing an innocent life? Think about that. How effed up of a person do you have to be? Well, I don't want to murder. I just want to have the choice. If you don't want to murder the kid, it shouldn't even be a choice. Like, you hear how dumb you guys sound? And it's crazy how pro-choice is only pro-abortion, pro having the choice of having an abortion. How about you be pro all the choices? Pro the choice of not closing your legs when you could have if you didn't want to have a baby. Be pro that choice and pro everything that happens after that choice. Control of our bodies. The Democratic Party forced you guys in 2020 and 2021 to get a vaccine put into you that wasn't proven effective. But no one wants to speak about that. It's like you want to pick and choose, what you want to be for and not be for something 100%. That's not how the world works, baby. Either be 100% for something or shut the heck up. You're pro-choice, be pro all of your choices. You choose to have unprotected sex, reckless sex, choose to have that baby. It's not people that are getting raped and are dealing from incest that are getting abortions out here. It's women who are irresponsibly having sex. It's women who slept with, let a guy come in them, pardon me, and then realized that man didn't want anything to do with them. Even though all the signs were there prior, they just chose to ignore the signs. And now they want to ignore all their responsibilities that come with reckless sex. They want to take no accountability for their reckless behavior and just do the better option, the quote unquote better option, and just get rid of the baby. You got to be an effed up individual to believe that's okay. But I could talk about this all day, guys. But 30 minutes is up. You guys, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I'm going to tell you guys what I believe to be true. But I'm all for hearing you guys' opinions. I say that all the time. If you can articulate why you're voting for somebody and list out things in a way that I can understand, I will listen to you. I have all the respect for somebody who can explain why they're doing something and not just do something because everybody else is doing it and, repeat, little phrases that they put out there that, like I said, get you riled up in your emotions. I don't respond to emotional behavior. I respond to logical behavior. So that's all I gotta say about that. Again, guys, go vote today. Go vote. If you haven't already, if you already voted, cool. But yeah, make it happen. All right, guys. All right, please like this video. If you like this video, please comment always. I love to hear you guys' thoughts, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Love you. Bye.